Hi everyone! How are you doing today? I'm hoping you're having a fantastic time. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I've got some very fantastic news to share with you, and I think you're really going to love this one. Let's start with the good news before diving into the UK media finally moving to the acceptance stage, realising that Harry and Meghan are never coming back. So here it is. The Harry and Meghan documentary on Netflix and Meghan's lifestyle show are both doing incredibly well. Guess what? Prince Harry and Meghan's Netflix series, Harry and Meghan, is still doing big numbers. For the first half of 2025 alone, it has garnered 1.3 million views. Can you believe it? That's amazing! Just imagine this series was released toward the end of 2022. It's almost 3 years old now, and it's still drawing in massive viewership. That's a testament to the lasting impact of their story. Personally, I'm so proud of Harry and Meghan. This kind of success shows people still want to listen to their journey. And I'll admit it, when I don't have much going on, I re-watch the series myself. Their story is powerful, moving, and inspirational. They've been through so much, and I'm glad more people are opening their eyes to it. It's a major win for Harry and Meghan. Now let's talk about Meghan's series. With Love, Meghan on Netflix, the stats are in and they're just as exciting. Netflix released a new engagement report on July 17th, revealing what viewers watched in the first half of 2025. According to the report, With Love, Meghan, which premiered on March 4th, landed at number 383 with 5.3 million views. Let's take a second to appreciate that. This show is ranking among the most watched globally, and I remember when it dropped earlier this year, it shot into the top 10 in so many countries, and it stayed there for weeks. I remember chatting with a friend who I didn't even think followed Harry and Meghan, and she mentioned she was watching With Love, Meghan. I was so happy. It means people really do see Meghan's value, her charm and her creativity. She's doing amazing work, and she's being recognised for it. So yes, we're supporting them all the way. Meghan raking in 5.3 million views is no small feat. The numbers speak volumes. It's proof that Netflix knows what they're doing by continuing to work with the Sussexes. In fact, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos once said he's glad to be working with them. He even noted that Meghan's influence is underestimated. Well, Ted, we see it too. The trolls and bitter UK tabloids may try to downplay her, but the audience, the people, we know what's real. Now, with these kinds of numbers, it's crystal clear. Meghan and Harry are not irrelevant. Quite the opposite. They're powerful. They're resonating with viewers, and they are building something strong and lasting. Now, on to something a bit less glamorous, the UK media's latest wave of denial and backpedalling. A new article in the Daily Mail has made it official. Even the tabloids are starting to accept that Harry and Meghan have no plans to ever move back to Britain. The headline? Harry and Meghan have no plans ever to move back to Britain despite his aides meeting the Kings in secret peace summit. Remember that story? About King Charles and Prince Harry's aides meeting secretly in London? The UK media went wild. They thought finally Harry and Meghan were on the verge of returning. But no, sorry to disappoint them, the Sussexes are not coming back. And I didn't need anyone to tell me that. Now the Daily Mail reports that friends of Harry and Meghan have said the couple are very happy in California and are never likely to return. Of course they're happy. That's obvious. The people wishing for their failure were hoping they'd come crawling back to Charles for support. But Meghan and Harry have proven them wrong again and again. They're thriving, and they don't need handouts from the royal family. Just look at the success of their Netflix ventures. That alone shows they're doing fine, more than fine. Why would they go back to begging for scraps from a man who never fully supported them? The article even quotes a supposed source close to Harry saying they're happy raising their family in California and have no plans to leave. But let's be honest. People close to Harry and Meghan don't talk to the Daily Mail. We all know that. This is just the UK press finally starting to accept the truth. Another part of the article says, everyone just wants to move on and move forward now. It was finally the right time for the two sides to talk. You know what that sounds like? Desperation. This so-called peace summit only sparked speculation in the UK press. They were the ones spinning the idea that Harry might return to the fold. Nobody else was. Not the Sussexes, not the fans, just the British press, clinging to a fantasy. Now, the Daily Mail says a source close to Harry has slammed the door shut on any hopes of a UK return. Finally, the door's been closed for a long time, but it's nice they're catching up. The article even admits that it was the palace who initiated the meeting, not Harry. That clears up a lot. There had been debate over who asked for the summit, but now even the tabloids say it was King Charles reaching out, not the Sussexes. And honestly, it makes sense. King Charles is all about PR. That whole summit wasn't for healing, it was for damage control. It was about shaping his image as a forgiving father. And guess what? He even called up the Daily Mail to snap photos on the day of the meeting just to create the perfect narrative. It was all staged, just like so much of what comes from the palace, and I'm glad Meghan and Harry saw through it. They released a statement expressing their disappointment over the leaks. Thank goodness they're in the US now. They don't need Charles. They don't need William. They've built a new life, a better life. King Charles only cares about his PR image. Prince William, he's obsessed with outshining his brother. That's not family, that's competition. That's cold. And look at Harry and Meghan now. They've found peace. They've found joy. They're raising their children in a healthy environment. And the UK press? They're watching from afar, regretting every smear they ever printed. They're stuck with the royals who stayed behind, lazy, dull, uninspired. Even UK journalists are tired of covering them. That's why people like A.N. Wilson are now warning William and Kate not to stand in the way of reconciliation. The media is desperate for drama and charisma, and Meghan and Harry took it all with them when they left. Now they're realizing what they lost, but it's too late. Meghan and Harry are not coming back. They've moved on. And I think we all agree they made the right choice. So that's the update for today, my friends. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you agree that the Sussexes are better off in California? Are you as thrilled as I am to see their Netflix success? Let me know in the comments. And thank you again for tuning in to Meghan and Harry Tales, hosted by yours truly, Adrian. Until next time, stay kind, stay thoughtful, and stay supportive of those who choose peace over power. Take care and goodbye.